Wednesday, hump day. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And we're so sorry about your tree and the lack of apples. We always enjoy her amazing skills in bringing us that. Those apples are absolutely amazing. So we have a birthday lady today, and her name is Paula Stringer. Now we're hoping Ken, I hope you did your job this morning, buddy. I hope you did your job. They're both here. They're both here. So, Paula, we love you, lady. We hope you have the most amazing day. And we hope Ken spoils you all day long. So, the word for this morning, I'm almost laughing now because we were talking about Ken and Paula, and this word is not for you guys, okay? But it was inspired by a book that several people are reading called The Infinite Game. And so the word this morning is got a hyphen in between, but it's cutthroat. Cutthroat. And so we wanted to look at this word because I want I'll say this. If you are in life, you're going through life, I think we all that are sitting on the coach's corner this morning could probably share a cutthroat moment. Okay. So let me give you the definition of cutthroat: extremely fierce, ruthless, intensely competitive, often with little regard for the well being of others. So I want to share a business thought. And not all of you guys are in my business, but I've been doing it for a while. And I've had moments where I have like involved people in my business and put them somewhere into my organization, and people will call me and they will say, this is what it sounds like. They don't say, how is Bob that you placed in my business? They'll say, Bob's not doing as much as I need him to do for my business. Okay. That is a kind of a cutthroat type mentality. Okay. Now, if this steps on anybody's toes, I'm so sorry. Sometimes it steps on mine. But here's my point. We're so competitive and we're so fierce and we're so ruthless in just needing to win and needing the volume and needing the work that we forget about the well-being of others. It's cutthroat, right? It's what the definition says anyway. So it involves people, whether it's in sports, I've watched it as a coach, whether it's in business, I've watched it not only in my network marketing business, I've watched it in my other businesses. Like it involves when people do almost anything to win, to exceed, to get ahead. And I really think this is where the world starts to talk about money as the root to all evil. Have you ever heard that thinking or that said? A lot of times I think the person that says it, that's their intention, like that's their thought. Because really, money can really bless a lot of people if it's led in the right direction, right? Like the good book says. So, money, it's not evil, it's the obsession of money over the well being of others, over serving. So, going back to what I said when I placed that person, like, are we worried about the person or are we worried about the volume that it's going to create to make me money? Money is the root to all evil. Worried about the person is what most important. Does that make sense, Alan Schultz? And so this was inspired last night because we were at an event for Summer Simons, and I was talking to a lady looking at our business, and she was talking about sometimes MLM can get a bad rap. And I said, what's so interesting about MLM is usually the bad route comes on the person doing something to the other person that's not in the best being, most well being for that person, right? So it gets a bad route. But that happens in any business. It happens in church. It happens coaching football, right? And it typically is cutthroat moments where I'll do anything, John Frick. I used to think about this. I'm going to turn to Andrea before I get off my soapbox here. But I think about the early days when you would barter, right? So me and Alan Schultz and Ken Stringer are out growing a garden years ago, right? And man, I have the most beautiful corn crop coming up. And this is back in the time where they're horse and buggies, right? All that. And that's like money for me, right? Because I'm going to take that corn and I'm going to exchange it for something else, right? And Alan Schultz is over jealous of my corn. And before I know it, he's over there chopping down my corn because his corn's not big enough. That's cutthroat. Alan would never do that, right? But here's the thing, we see it. Like we see it in real estate. When the market gets tough, agents competitively, fiercely compete against each other. We see it in our industry, right? We see it in people going after scholarships in high school or college, trying to get scholarships, or like, this is going to exist. But let me share this, and I'm going to turn it to Andrea. Andrea, we took up my time at the beginning. Here's what I've got to do. Like Brent Palmer, I can only focus on me. Leona Cagle, I can only worry about me on this. Like, I got to know that long-term success in anything, relationships, and man, does this step on my toes, relationships, business, spiritual journey, like long-term success is usually built on trust, on consistency, on character. Like, it's okay for me to be ambitious. It's okay for me to be competitive, driven, but it can't become ruthless. And anytime that happens, I'm jeopardizing, I'm putting chinks in my long-term success. Because what we really should be in this world, what Brent Palmer really should be, is I really should be a service provider, right? I really should be a person that's out trying to help people one by one, any way I can, being a service provider for others. All right, Andrea, I'm so sorry.
No, I love the lesson, so you can keep going. You can
It's
rock
so
it.
good, right? It's
It
because it's hard. This is hard. Like have I had moments where I've been cutthroat? Absolutely. If I read this, I've absolutely been there. So I'm not judging anybody. I'm talking about myself here.
Well, I think this takes me back to dodgeball in junior high. Like anybody
Oh,
played dodgeball when you were in junior high? And it was literally the most terrifying game you ever played because some people were stronger. Now, I would try to be cutthroat at dodgeball, but I don't know if you guys know this
they
about me, but
say Ken Stringer was like the dodgeball champion in the state of Mississippi. I don't know. That's what I heard
was
back in the
he
day.
king?
Like he
Was he
was,
king? You know
they
what we
said
should
that.
do? Let's have a partner co dodgeball tournament in Orlando. I'll
Okay.
be a judge.
That should be
I'm
interesting.
not getting out there.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we'll go back to my quote. So my quote today is from a gal named Karen Salmonson. Okay, I'm probably butchering her name, but that Karen said this. She said, "Be kind, work hard, and let your character be your competitive advantage." And I think sometimes we can think that we have to be cutthroat in order to be more competitive, in order to succeed, in order to do something. But I'm going to say that being successful does not require stepping on other people. The strongest leaders are the ones that lift others up as they're climbing. So instead of being cutthroat, the goal is to strive to be competitive with ourself, right? I don't need, thank goodness, I don't need to compete with any of you because you all are amazing humans and you have strengths that I could never even hope to develop. The person that I get to compete with is this one right here, the gal that looks at me in the mirror every single day. And that's who I need to be competitive with. But let's be nice to them too. Two, let's strive to be honest. Even when a shortcut feels a little bit easier, you ever have that moment where we're like, maybe I can just skate over this. No, let's be honest in those moments as well. Three is to be supportive of teammates and willing to celebrate their wins across the board. I think of Epic Hub. Hasn't it been fun to celebrate everybody? Right? And to be like, oh my gosh, they're part of Epic Club. They're gold, they're diamond. And that is fun. Let's go celebrate other people's wins because that is what allows us to all win more. Four, let's all get known for our integrity. Let's be known for our integrity, not just our achievements, where people say, oh, I know they're playing the long game. They might not have done, won in that moment, but they're winning in the long run because they're building something with integrity. Five, let's be someone people can trust and enjoy working with. And then lastly, let's focus on creating value instead of just defeating somebody else, right? I think, Coach, you always say, like, if I want to build the biggest building, I can do it two ways. And this might not be a Brent quote, but that's who said it to me. I can do it two ways. I can tear down somebody else's building, or I can just go build mine up a little higher. So let's go build up our own and not worry about what anybody else is doing. Let's go march to our own drum and go win our own race. So that's what I had today. Tried to be fast, and now we got to sing to the beautiful Paula.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great, great lesson. Great lesson. Okay, Paula Stringer, we hope you have the most amazing day. Ken, here we go. Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
Happy
you.
Happy
birthday
you.
Happy
to
Happy
birthday
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 to
to
you.
to
you.
Happy
you.
you.
Happy
birthday,
Happy
dear
birthday,
Paula.
birthday.
Paula.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday
Love
to
you so
birthday
much,
to
lady. I hope you have a
you.
beautiful
you.
birthday.
Have a wonderful day,
Love
Have
you,
a
Paula.
lady,
wonderful
so
day.
much.